rallyfm.net live.
Well, good evening and welcome to rallyfm.net, and we're going to be talking to Ian Harden, motorsport journalist, who was at the Get It Sideways stages on Saturday. And Ian, what was the event like?
It was good evening, Chris, first of all. It was very good, very well organised, and I think there are a lot of people that are glad that rallying is back. It was 70 entries. This is one of the things that amazed me. There was 70 entries, and the entry list filled in 9 minutes flat a couple of weeks before the event actually ran.
That is good, isn't it?
Beautiful condition. It was bright sunshine, dry stages, consistently high pace right from the word go. And I feel the right winners in Josh Payton and Jamie Vaughan with their Ford Escort Mark II.
Yes, it was amazing how quickly the entry filled up. I mean, half to be expected when there hasn't been an event for months, but we're used to the motorsport news rounds filling up in, probably less than 2 or 3 minutes. But for a small club event to fill up that quickly, I think that augurs really well for the 2 events that are coming up again at Down Ampney over the next month or so.
That's right, Chris. There's the 2 now which will be running are the Caridium stages on the 1st of May and the Red Dragon IT stages, which is, I believe, at the very end of May. I believe it's the Maybank holiday Saturday, which is the 24th, I think. I've got no doubt that they will fill up. Down Ampney is a very popular venue. It's a clubby venue. It's been going for over 40 years. It gives from the quickest to the steadiest drivers a challenge, a real challenge. There's something for everyone, whether you've got one of the latest R5 cars or whether you're running your little Nissan Micra down in the up to 1400 class. Yeah, and the 3 clubs that run down there, which are, I have to give them a mention, they're Cheltenham Motor Club, Cirencester Motor Club, and MCOS, which is Stroud-based. They are always very, very welcoming. Whether, as I've said, whether you are an experienced competitor in a top-line car or whether you're just starting out.
Because that's certainly something with a lot of the people we talk to, is that they do find a lot of events in the UK, unfortunately, are not particularly welcoming to anybody, say, outside the top 10. So it's good to hear that everybody down at Down Ampney on Saturday felt that they were welcomed, and I picked up on that on a few posts on Twitter from people saying how friendly the organisers were, how helpful as well, which was rather good, because they had some very tight COVID measures in, didn't they, with sort of one-way systems and all that sort of thing.
Yes, they did. It was when I walked down the service area, which is a very long, it uses one of the old straights, and when I walked down to the service area, it's got a tradition of being slightly higgledy-piggledy and everybody fits in where they can, but this was very well thought out, very well laid out. Every crew had a numbered area that they were parked in, and they were advised to not stray out of their immediate bubble, if you like. Yes, they could toddle off and chat with 1 or 2 other people, but the general rule was stay in your own area.
Yeah.
And that I felt was one of the things that was stressed to crews, and it was adhered to by crews, which is very, very good.
Yeah, I think the good thing is that everybody is taking notice of it, because obviously if they don't, these events aren't going to happen, and I would imagine it's something that this the MSE UK stewards are keeping a close eye on as well. But I think it's just quite impressive how quickly, probably with the help of MSA UK, how quickly all these things like scrutineering from a distance, signing on remotely, have been put in place. I mean, we experienced it earlier this year, or end of last year probably now, up at Melbourne, where everything was done remotely, and even the driver's briefing was done the day before the event, which I thought was a brilliant idea. Why waste time on the day?
That's right. You have to, with driver's briefings, as we both know, you have to get all the crews around. Some of them just by nature don't bother to attend, so you have to go around chasing them up at times. And for instance, the Get It Sideways stages, they simply published a set of rules that they wanted everybody to adhere to, and it was up on their website with about 3 days to go, and you picked that up. You picked the driver's briefing up with the final instructions. It's a very good way of doing things.
Yeah,
well
really,
thought out.
A lot easier than having to leave what you're doing and going off to somewhere and listen to somebody talking, or picking up some information from standing in a queue in the early hours of a Saturday morning. So I just think hopefully it's something that will carry on after the COVID rules are relaxed. Now, we won't go into detail on the event because you've written a comprehensive report on the event. Now, where can people read that?
Yes, they can read it on my Facebook page, which is The Full Story. And it's up. I posted it about 2 hours ago, something like that. And it gives a resume of what happened during the day.
Okay, that sounds great. I've just read it actually, and I would recommend everybody to go and have a read of it. And there's some other stories up there on The Full Story that you might want to read as well. So, Ian, thank you very much for talking to us, and you're off to Down Ampney again in, 2 weeks' time?
Yes, that's correct, for the Corinium stages, which is Cirencester Car Club's event.
And you're going to do bits for, record some interviews for Rally FM while you're down there, aren't you, this time round?
Yes. I have to say openly thank you very much to all the competitors that gave me, that chatted with me on Saturday. It was really, really useful. Okay,
that's great. And hopefully when they see you again, they won't go running off in the other direction. They'll actually stand there and chat to you once again. Ian, thank you very much for your time tonight.
That's fine.